आखिर अपने कदीम वतन से हमेशा के लिए जुदा होने का वक्त आ गया। इंजन ने ज़ोर से एक दो सीटियां बजाईं, गार्ड ने सब्ज़ झंडी हिलाई और गाड़ी हम बर्बादशुदा लोगों को लेकर पाकिस्तान की जानिब रवाना हो गई।
For me, this railway station in background is like Cathays railway station in Cardiff. But 70 years ago, this railway station was final destination for my grandfather, who migrated from Ludhiana to Lahore to protect his family and his life. I was born in this city and this area is like a home for me. But in 1947, this was a strange place for my grandfather, a place where he was forced to migrate and live all his life. He lived all his life in Lahore and died, but his heart always lived in Ludhiana.
I went to see Miss Cooper, who witnessed partition in 1947.
There were fires, and you see, actually, it had nothing to do with Hindus or Muslims. Nothing whatsoever. It was just the unsocial elements that took over. And we don't know who they who they belonged to, because they really had no religion at all because of all that they did. And they burnt places and they looted places, and there was no institutions were working at all. No schools, no colleges, no post offices, nothing. Nothing was working at all.
For some migrants, it's not easy to forget what they left behind.
वो याद आता है।
उनके कोई नाम आपके बुजुर्गों के कब्र पे याद है आपको?
दादा से मेरे एहसानुल हक, मेरी वालदा की कब्र वहीं है, बहन है एक मेरी बड़ी थी।
आप जाया करते थे उन कब्रों पे, तो वो आपको याद आती है कि आप कभी?
बस वही याद आते हैं, वही याद आते हैं।
This partition not only just created two countries, but also divided people.
ਰਾਜੇ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ, ਮਤਲਬ ਜੰਮਣ ਭਾਉ ਪਦਾਇਸ਼ ਮੇਰੀ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਆ, ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਰਾਤ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ, ਦਿਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ।
ਲੇਕਿਨ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ
ਨਾ।
ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਰਹਿ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੋ ਹਿੰਦੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ? ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਨਾ 47
ਉਹ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ ਦੀ ਹੁਕੂਮਤ ਸੀ, ਡੰਡੇ ਦੀ, ਉਹ ਡੰਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਜਾਂ ਕਾਡਰ ਸੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ ਦਾ। ਸੁਣੀ ਗੱਲ? ਉਹਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੂੰਹ ਕੱਢ ਦੇਣੀ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ ਨੇ। ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰਬਰਾਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਬਿਆਨ ਕੁਛ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਆਦਮੀ ਆਰਡਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਮਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ।
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੇ ਹਿੰਦੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ? ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜ਼ਿਹਨ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਖਿਆਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ?
ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਣਾ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ। ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਾਮ ਰਾਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਇੱਥੇ ਅੱਲਾ ਅੱਲਾ ਕਰਨਾ।
Some of these Indian and Pakistani migrants and their next generations like me further migrated to United Kingdom. Although this migration was a voluntary migration, but it has its effects.
आपके ख्यालात बदले उसमें वो बताएं।
बिल्कुल बदले, बहुत ज़्यादा बदले। वही तो मैंने एज आई टोल्ड यू बिफोर कि वो मैंने पहले उधर से जो मैं जहन बना के लाई थी ना, हिंदू सिख का और क्रिश्चियन का तो नहीं था इतना, तो उनका लेके आई थी ना। तो मैं जब अव्वल तो कोई इतने होते नहीं थे एशियन लोग, कभी कोई नज़र आता था तो मैं लाइक नहीं करती थी, दूसरी तरफ मुँह कर लेती थी। लेकिन जैसे ही मैं हमारे घर के साथ एक फैमिली आई, सिख फैमिली, तो वो इतने अच्छे लोग थे। ग्रेजुअली फिर मैं वो मेरे साथ अटैच होते रहे, मेरी माँ की एज के थे वो दोनों मियाँ बीवी। तो उन्होंने ऐसा मुझे मेरे जहन में पाया कि मैं भूल ही गई कि मैं इन लोगों के हम मुतालिक क्या ख्याल रखते थे, जो कि ठीक नहीं था।
Oldest marathon runner Fauja Singh shares his experience of migration to United Kingdom.
ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ, ਰੋਈ ਜਾਣਾ। ਮੇਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੂੰਹ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਸੀ ਇੱਧਰ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ। ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੜੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ, ਨਾ ਧੋ ਕੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਨਿਗਾਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣੀ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਦੇ ਲੱਗ ਗਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ, ਸਾਲ ਕੁ ਹੋਇਆ, ਸਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਮਰ ਜਾਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਤੇਰੇ ਜੁੰਮੇ ਆਉਣੀ ਗੱਲ। ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਸੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੋੜ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਜਾ ਲੈ ਜਾ, ਉੱਥੇ ਚਲ ਗਿਆ।
I asked Dr. Sharma if 1947 migration affected him.
It did. First of all, I completely turned away from religion. I felt the sense as a child I made was it's something to do with the religion. I would hear people say, oh, Muslims are coming, they will kill us. And I would also hear stories about, oh, so and so killed 10, 15 Muslims. So the sense I was making, it is because of religion. Religion is bad. As a 7-year-old, I said religion bad. And I grew up, my father and my grandfather were very religious. I grew up very aggressively anti-religion. I migrated from Punjab state of India to the UK in 1968. When I came to this country, I was pretty healthy. I had to work very, very hard, which every immigrant has to work extremely hard to establish himself, herself here in this country. And there were certain health effects because of the overwork. I developed high blood pressure. I suffered discrimination, and there was a loss of self-confidence. I was a lecturer at a college, degree college in India. I come here, I had to work in a factory, on the factory floor.
Are you satisfied with this migration?
Yes, on balance, there have been many more advantages than disadvantages. On balance, I think I'm happy I took this decision.
Barrister Bajwa also migrated twice. He shares his memories about 1947 migration.
And one tragedy where my father is a doctor, so he had to go into a Hindu family in a village near Shahpur in Sargodha, murdered, and he did take me, and I was 11 years old, and for the first time in my life I had seen a woman lying on the floor. She was obviously, the way she was lying, it looked that she was running away from the scene. She was beheaded. The food was still there which they were eating, and one single tragedy which I saw is enough to tell me what happened to millions of people.
What effect that scene left on your personality?
Tremendously. It's traumatic, and it haunts me even today. And that family must have lived there all their life. They must have been treated with love and affection, and that tells me that the people of Punjab, and I'm one of them, they are like weather in Punjab. They can get very nasty.
How satisfied are you with this migration from Pakistan to UK?
I am very happy that I did. I'm grateful to the college which offered me a job. So it didn't make me suffer. And many people with education, even better education than I have, suffered. that they had to do job as bus conductors, as postmen, but I think I had a privileged position. I worked with the BBC for 4 years, taught for 10 years, and being in the legal profession for a quarter of a century. And I think I'm very happy with this.
What is the loss?
The loss is this, that you believe that the next generation, I wouldn't lose as much, but I believe the next generation is not as close to my motherland as I am. And when it comes to my grandchildren, I believe they are more or less English. So they would remain Pakistani only in name, as I call them, coconuts, brown from outside, white from inside.
Ex-Deputy Lord Mayor of Cardiff, Mr. Jaswant Singh, is also a double migrant.
I was born in Lahore. People ask me, is that in Pakistan? I said, no, it was India at the time. So in my passport, it says Lahore, India. I still miss Lahore and everything that existed in Lahore, my school, my house, my friends, and the neighborhood. It was so secluded that we didn't thought about any problem coming. But they say when problem comes, it comes in a big way.
Which migration was difficult for you? Migration from Lahore to Bikaner or Bikaner to London? Which was difficult?
No, I think it from Lahore to Bikaner, because we weren't settled. Once we got to Bikaner, we were living as a sort of homeless people. What I gained and what I lost, it's the grandchildren of mine can't understand Punjabi. You got to speak to them in English. I have grandchildren in Wolverhampton, and they don't watch Indian film until it's got written underneath it, to spell out what they're talking about. And now I experience my grandchildren. You speak to them in Punjabi and they look at you. And then you speak in English and they reply to you. So that's what we lost. We're losing our identity.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you at Heathrow International Airport, London. The temperature outside is 21 Celsius.
Migration is an international phenomenon with many gains and losses. Those who experience this twice are double migrants.